go. You just need to not let the little things cause that fire to erupt. Because the end of the month with the 5 of Cups, with Mars and Aries right at the end of the month, this is what I'm saying, like how you assert yourself. If you do it in a way where you're going to burn somebody, there could be regret. Hi Aries, welcome to your Modern Maven Tarot Extended Monthly Tarot for April 2024. Quick messages that came out while I was clearing your cards, and it is related to the astrology. We have to be mindful of that Aries fire this month, especially at the beginning of the month, okay? We're going to get into a little bit of the astrology. If you do want to skip ahead to the actual tarot spread, I am going to have the timestamp pinned in the comments. So you can skip the astrology if you're not interested in it and just get right into your reading. But let's just talk about this a second, because April 1st, we have Mercury going retrograde in Aries, all right? And so this is where those communication breakdowns, travel disruptions, all of that stuff can really ignite that fiery energy, that impulsive speaking something before we have time to process it. I don't want to say overreacting, but reacting in a very fiery, impulsive way to something that doesn't go our way. Like, here's an example. We have, somebody says something, it hurts our ego. We feel like we need to defend ourselves, and that shadow energy can come out and then lash out at that person, attack them because they attacked you. That's the type of thing. Or your flight gets delayed, right? And you take out all that frustration on the person at the front desk of the airline. So that's the type of stuff I really want you to be mindful of, because retrogrades, there's all this stuff, but it's just about knowing the energy and working with the energy to avoid certain types of reactions. And specifically for you, Aries, because since April 2023, there's been a very strong message related to your shadow energy with how you show your fire. And this has been for all fire signs, but specifically you and Leos have a big message in relation to, are you going to provide light, guidance, and warmth, or are you having your shadow take over where you take that torch to burn other people before they burn you? Okay, so that's why I think that this Mercury retrograde is going to be very important for you, especially for those of you who have done your shadow work, because it's about balancing the two. Your shadow is a part of who you are. There's a reason your shadow is there. And once you do that shadow work and you can see, you can stop yourself before, you erupt. You can take a step back. And there was also a strong message about water and making sure, dump some water on that fire, take a shower, cleanse yourself, have a spa day. There's something here that I just want you to just be very mindful. There's clarity that comes when we understand that we need to have the balance of our higher self and our shadow, and that our ego doesn't need to allow our shadow to take the lead to defend itself, okay? So yeah, we'll see what the tarot has to say, but that's a very important message because, again, that starts right on April 1st, that Mercury goes retrograde. And there's so much fiery energy, of course, because of Aries season, but let's just dive into a couple of the things that are happening here. So we got Venus entering Aries in April 4th, all right? So that's going to really spice up this driven energy when it comes to love. And then we also have... Oh, my daughter's watching Shrek upstairs. That's really cool, babe. Okay, then we also have another big thing, new moon solar eclipse in Aries on April 8th. Now, this is where I think it's going to be whatever happens with the retrograde in Aries, Mercury retrograde in Aries. There's going to be a feeling of a clean slate, fresh start on April 8th. Now, we'll still be in the retrograde, but I think you're going to have some clarity that comes. So use that retrograde time. Don't put yourself in situations where you feel like it could cause friction, just as a means of your shadow wanting to voice itself, be heard, be seen. I'm getting more be seen than heard. And let's see what else we got. Oh, this is a really important one. April 10th, Mars in Pisces conjunct Saturn in Pisces. So this, again, how we assert ourselves and the lessons we've been learning from Saturn going direct in Pisces, which happened November 4th, 2023. Now, we've been thinking about a lot of these things for a while, and then we started seeing it in our 3D world. And for you, like I said, a lot of this is related to how you assert yourself. So be mindful of how you assert yourself. Have compassion for yourself, compassion for other people. Have the understanding that we all show our shadow in certain ways. We all project our shadow. And do that shadow work journal I have linked, okay? It's in my link tree. Every day, it just feels like an energetic weight gets lifted off of your shoulders. So we also have Taurus season coming April 19th. So that might get us feeling a little bit more grounded, okay? And then that's another thing too, like getting out in nature, grounding yourself is so important. If you can get out in nature somewhere too where you're around trees and water, that would be a really great way for you to ground yourself, okay? But like I said, it is so jam-packed with so much energy, astrological transits, that I'm gonna link it and dive into it deeper. Please look at every date. Put it on your calendar, especially dates that are related to specific transits of like placements you have, anything Aries related. Put a little asterisk on that date and write yourself a little message. Because again, like especially with this Mercury retrograde, be making sure that you are mindful of your reactions to things. And another keynote, speaking of that, is Mars enters Aries April 30th. All right. And so how we assert ourselves, that's when we have that choice of, are we going to be the leader with the light who's guiding people, or are we going to be the take no prisoners energy of leadership? Like that, there's just a choice when it comes to that. We all have these choices. Life is a choose your own adventure. But I do think it's, if you can remember that this is a lesson from Saturn, this is the breaking free from some cycle that moves you on to the next chapter. Big type of lesson, all right? This Saturn direct in Pisces is here to encourage all of us to break free from limitations, fears, blocks, and these things are different for all of us, okay, Aries? And so some of us, check too your houses, right? See what house Pisces is in your chart, where your Saturn is in your chart, and see if you can tell how there's lessons related to your blocks, fears, limitations in those areas of your life. And then how we can just, redirect a little bit to get back on track, okay? All right, so I think we should dive into it. And remember, we all project, all right? I do think that when we can see this, understand this, that's when we have more harmony. This card is all about enjoying the contrasts and differences within ourselves and within others, all right? The yin and the yang, going back to that justice card and that yin and yang symbol. We have to embrace both energies within ourselves and the energies of duality in other people too, okay, Aries? All right, so let's see what we got for Aries for April 2024. Yeah, the amount of major transits in April really reminds me of February. Oh, the other thing too, it's also eclipse season, okay? So be mindful of that as well. And yeah, there's a surrendering. We're resisting something related to this emotional evolution. We're resisting something, and I do think it's a means of how we think and how we speak, okay? That is the missing piece of this go ahead, get on to the next level, move on to the next chapter type of lesson. Well, it's clearly major too, okay? This is a big month for you. And I mean, obviously, yeah, Aries season, but in all of the Aries transits, it makes sense. Okay. I really want you, especially because the month ends with Mars in Aries, I really want you to be mindful of that fire energy, okay? Overall situation, overall energy for the month of April is the Hanging Man. You have to let go of something. You have to rethink your identity. I think there's an aspect of your shadow that you hold on to. Like I said, it's this idea of, I'm going to win this argument no matter what. I'm going to get this no matter what. I'm going back to that take all prisoners message that came through of like, we really have to rethink our identity right now. And there's something here of like a past life within this lifetime of who you were, and you're not that person anymore. A lot of people have been getting this message too, okay, Aries, it's not just you, but there is this energy of like, I'm not who that person is anymore, but for some reason I keep holding on to a certain identity. It's also a new perspective. So I do hope that this month can give you new clarity. That new moon, especially again, like I said, eclipse season already started. And so that new moon with that eclipse is going to be illuminating a lot of things. And so new moon, new identity. If there's something that you're just not seeing still, really ask with those intentions, please allow me to see things from a new perspective. Like I'm open and receptive to seeing things from a new perspective. And you'll start to see the synchronicities come in. You'll start to have those thoughts pop in your head, all right? What you need more of, the wheel. All right, so this I think is, the tarot is saying very, very loudly, pay attention to those cycles. Pay attention to the astrological transits. There is a pattern with it that we are going to notice within these transits that makes us go, oh, and I'm going back to the beginning of the month, Mercury retrograde in your sign. You're going to be seeing these patterns, all right? You're going to be seeing them a lot. And this isn't, there's positive and negatives to this, okay? So don't just focus on the negative either. I want you to focus on the positive things that repeat and recur in your life, all right? The positive people that, you know, come and go into your life. Like there's something here about, don't just focus on the negative things from your shadow taking control. Focus on where you can expand and really pay attention to the really benevolent transits, all right? There's going to be energy out there with these transits for you to put yourself out there when it comes to love. Put yourself out there when it comes to career. Put yourself out there when it comes to confidence. All of these things, I want you to go through that link and look at every one of these transits. If there's something you've been struggling with, highlight those dates and make sure that you spend time visualizing, writing your intentions, whatever it is. Like utilize this energy, because for you specifically, Aries, is going to be very, very powerful and potent, okay? This I love, because if you had any doubt, like you have this emotional fresh start, and this is the perfect month for it. So if there is this purging energy, if there is this eruption, whatever it is, like these things are here to remind you that you're clearing for a fresh start. All right. I want you to make sure that you put your emotions as a priority this month. Don't be scared of the water. Fire can be scared of water, and you don't have to be. Allow a little bit into your life, okay? You don't have to dump a bucket of water on your fire. Just sprinkle a little bit, and then be mindful too of how you can utilize that water energy when your tempers flare, like chug a glass of water. You know what I mean? Like there are things that I want you just to be really, really mindful of when it comes to understanding energetically you're in the right place for an emotional fresh start. So that can pull you back sometimes, okay? Now this is very fascinating because, so you have the overall theme of needing to let go, rethink your identity, right? But the Eight of Cups, which is Saturn in Pisces, is in an area of what you need less of. And the thing is here, I don't think, like, this is where, like, this energy of instead of facing something, I'll just run away from it. I'll just, you know, run away from this person or run away, whatever this is. Like, you're meant to be where you're meant to have your fire grounded. You're meant to see this lesson of Saturn and Pisces you got something to work on here. And it doesn't take walking away from something. Like, I want you to face something. You want to walk away from something. You don't want to like deal with it, if you will. But once we can see it's internal, like that's when we can really focus on it. But I just want you to be still I don't want you to irrationally make a decision that you might regret. Okay, that's really what I'm getting from that card. All right, what you can change. So this is fascinating. 7 of Cups. Now, this can be taken 2 ways, but this is ruled by Venus and Scorpio. This can be you're either limiting yourself to what you think is possible, or you have so many choices you don't know which one to make, or you're seeing things better than they really are, like rose-tinted glasses. Okay? But I don't think you're meant to be still. And again, all of this is so related to your emotions. Look at, you have cups everywhere except for the major arcana. And so this is a major pivotal shift for you. And collectively, it's a major pivotal shift for all of us because of eclipse season. And with that fiery Aries energy. So see how you can utilize that fire within you to do your personal part of transmuting that fire to help the collective, all right? Because you're going to have the most power this month. How are you going to exert that power, though, is really important, all right? Now, what you need to accept, 6 of Cups. I think you need to accept something related to that inner child. You need to accept something related to a childhood wound. And you also need to accept that when life gets too heavy, you need to let go. You just need to not let the little things cause that fire to erupt. Because the end of the month with the 5 of Cups, with Mars and Aries right at the end of the month, this is what I'm saying, like how you assert yourself. If you do it in a way where you're going to burn somebody, there could be regret. All right. If you are looking back on something related to childhood, related to your inner child being hurt, you're going to have regret. I want you to focus on this cup, okay? This is your cup. Focus on your cup this month. Focus on your emotional needs and make sure your cup is full before you try to fill anybody else's cup. That's more of a sign too, though, for Pisces, which again, Saturn and Pisces, like there's a lot from Pisces energy too. And remember, there's a lot of Pisces transits as well, okay? And so look to those Pisces transits and see if they can help you at all. But I don't want you leaving the month thinking, I wish I wouldn't have done that. Or I wish they wouldn't have done that to me. Whatever this is, we really need to go deep within. Like this is a big, deep lesson. So let's get some past life energy. I want to see, because I think it's related to the 6 of Cups. What past life energy is affecting Aries? Okay. So we have father energy. Now, if this is related to childhood, a hurt related to father energy, take that how it resonates. It can be related to a father figure in your life, okay? Now, it doesn't have to be your father, but just like father energy in your life. All right. And then too, like it can also be the energy, like somebody who you got like fatherly advice, guidance, like a boss or a teacher. So always take it how it resonates, okay? So this card indicates that your father in this life was with you in prior lifetimes. Any issues you've had with your father likely began long ago. Look at the cards that you draw prior and after this card, and they will yield clues about the previous lives that you two shared. He may not have been your father in those lives, though, as souls continue to reincarnate together in different roles. To break any negative pattern with your father's soul, be willing to release old anger or unforgiveness. This can be conscious or unconscious emotional energy stored in your psyche. Just your willingness to clear toxic relationship energy is enough to initiate the healing process. Remember that forgiveness doesn't mean that you approve of this person's actions. It simply means that you're no longer willing to carry around anger anger energy. By releasing the past, you subsequently heal your present and future. If you totally forgive your father and yourself, you no longer have to reincarnate with that soul unless you choose to. You retain only the lessons, growth, and love shared. As an added benefit, the healing work that you do with your father helps all the relationships you have with men. Okay, now again, this new perspective, this letting go, is probably attached to this energy that we've been holding on to. There's something related to father energy we're holding on to that we need to see from a new perspective, and it comes from letting go of a specific identity. This is also something too that I did not say. So the hanging man is also a reminder of like patience. Like there's like this delay, feeling stuck, right? Like they're hanging, they're suspended. So instead of seeing that as suspended in, oh my God, I'm stuck, it's suspended as you need to figure something out within, okay? You're not meant to move forward right now. You're meant to use this month to dig down deep and unearth whatever this is and see all of these disappointments, whatever it is, the hurt, the loneliness, whatever that is for you, as a stepping stone to get to where you want to be, all right? Okay, let's get an empowering question here for dear Aries. What empowering question is going to help Aries this month? Again, thank you so much for joining me, Aries. Don't forget to hit that like button, comment if it resonates in a certain way, subscribe to Modern Maven Tarot. All right, empowering question for Aries for April 2024. Well, that's too many. We're taking that one because I think that's the most important thing for you right now. What does love mean to me? What does love mean to you, Aries? Okay. All right. Let's get an archetypal card. What archetypal energy is affecting Aries this month? This can be you or somebody in your life, so always take it how it resonates. We all play characters in each other's lives. Interesting. All right. So slave energy. Light attribute. Surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. Shadow attribute. Giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. So remember, all of that comes from within, okay? I'm going back to like the slave energy related to your shadow, okay? Because think of it like this. If you, you don't ever take ownership for the way you react, and that's because that person said this or this person did this, and not taking ownership of not, taking a minute to make the choice on how you react. Like that's really how I'm getting this energy related to this hurt that we're feeling, like this deep hurt. All right. It's the year of the dragon, so let's get a dragon card for you. What dragon energy is going to help Aries? April 2024. Dragon energy for Aries, April 2024. Well, look at you. You got two. Fire dragon, hello, that is you. Burns up the lower energies around you. Okay, that's important. All right. You are safe and protected. Be determined and inspired. Clear your soul pathway. Remind yourself and remind that inner child that you are safe, okay? You are safe and protected. And let all golden solar energy. That's another thing. The solar flares are really affecting everybody like a big way, okay? Helps you understand in your masculine power and wisdom. Let your DNA be reprogrammed and light codes activated. Become an inspired leader. This is you. Claim that, Aries. You are meant to be that inspired leader, all right? Do accept this, whatever this transformation is. It's huge and it's meant to happen so you can help others, okay? All right, so what crystal energy, oops, sorry about that. What crystal energy is going to help Aries, April 2024, all right, crystal energy for Aries, April 2024. Aries, crystal energy. All right, oh, good. I love this one too. So if you can pick up a piece of azurite for April, carry it with you, especially in like moments where you think there might be a heated exchange. If there's also this energy like where you can't focus, Azurite is for focus. I want you to laser focus where you're going. There's so much of this like and not ignoring. I want you also to focus on whatever this new perspective is, whatever this rethinking your identity is related to this father energy. Letting go of something. You're meant to sit in it and you're meant to focus on it. Okay? All right. So we are going to get a clarifier and then we're going to close this out. Thank you so much again for joining me, Aries. Don't forget to hit that like button. Comment if it resonates in a certain way. Share with somebody you think this reading might resonate with. That's also very important if there's an Aries in your life. And don't forget to check out that astrology, okay? All right, clarifier for Aries for April 2024. Aries. Ooh. Okay, it didn't pop. Oh, this Ace of Wands at the bottom. So again, I love this idea of this spark of confidence that can come from this. But let's see what we got here. Okay. This is the perfect message for you, Aries. So again, go back to the beginning of the reading with justice, the yin and the yang, right? The light and the shadow, the Emperor and the Empress. This is your reminder about balancing those two energies. That she's holding 2 cups at the end of the month too, okay? There's 2 fires within you, right? There's this warm, loving fire, and then there's this bold, masculine, confident fire. This is you, Aries. The Emperor is ruled by Aries. Venus is love, okay? If you're here too with Venus and Aries, huge message for you with all of this emotional energy. You have to have both, all right? We have divine masculine, divine feminine in all of us. Balance it, okay? You've got this. This is a huge transformation. This is a huge month for you. I'm so very excited for you. I'm giving you a big, warm Pisces hug, all right? Don't fear my water. I love you all, Aries, and as always, shine your inner light. You've got this.